All right. Well, thank you, Don, for sitting down and talking with me today. Let us know a little bit more about the process of fundraising for our district conference. I'm going to start off with a couple of really quick fire questions for you.
Okay.
All right. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes every time.
Coke or Pepsi?
Oh,
Okay. Cats or dogs?
dogs. I'm a dog lover.
The most important one, OSU or Michigan?
OSU all the way.
So now I know that you've been a past district director in District 40. What made you decide to get into fundraising for the conference?
That's really something that when I was a district director, I wish we would have looked into a little bit more. One of the things that I had heard other districts at the time doing is sponsorship. And what they were able to do is reduce the cost of registration for the members who wanted to join by having some huge sponsorships in some cases. When I became an immediate pass and then past district director, they opened the door as well. Why don't we take a look at sponsorship? And so I raised my hand and said, I think that would be pretty cool to try.
And this is your second year because you also did it last year for us as well, right?
That's correct. We raised $8,700 last year. Our goal this year from direct sponsorship is 12,000 plus some other fun stuff that we're doing for fundraising. But that's our goal this year, and I think we can do it.
Awesome. How can the District 40 membership help support the fundraising activities for the conference?
Well, the biggest thing that I would say is be active, be engaged so we can achieve together. And here are some of the things as far as be active. There's going to be a couple things that the members directly can contribute towards. For example, during the conference, we're planning on having a silent auction gift basket. And that raffle would be one where if you want to, as a member, and you're coming to the conference, want to put together a really innovative type basket that either represents your city, represents your club, represents your passions or your hobbies, it's a great way to showcase some of the things that you're passionate about. Maybe it's OSU, you never know. And then offer that to the district as a fundraising opportunity. And then during the conference, we will do the silent auction to be able to see if we can raise money for it to help defray the cost again. That's one example. The biggest one, frankly, is if you know of an organization that has historically sponsored different events, I will work with you to work with that organization to consider donating towards our conference. And there's a lot of benefits for organizations who want to do that. So again, I would be more than happy to do that. And then the third thing I would say is be on the lookout for other opportunities. We are going to do something new this year called shout outs. And in this process, we're going to give every member the opportunity in the district newsletter to provide a couple sentences as a shout out to another member or to their club. And it could be something as general as congratulations on achieving your DTM this year, or thank you for being my mentor. You made so it could be anything, and it's going to be a nominal cost $10 to be published in the newsletter for that. So that's one thing. A couple other things is we're going to offer cable for different sponsors and for people who have their own business. Be on the lookout for that. And then we're also selling ads in the newsletter. And the final thing we're working towards, and I could use some volunteers to even help us with that, is we're going to do some fun events like murder mysteries to lead up to the conference and what's called a paint and sip. A paint and sip
Yeah.
is one where, have you heard of that before? Yeah,
Yes.
a paint and sip is one where you go to an event, you're provided the easel and the art supplies, and then you go ahead and paint your picture with the guidance of the instructor. And while you're doing it, you may be sipping your favorite beverage as well during that process. So there's fun, there's a lot of camaraderie. And we're trying to think of an innovative way where those artistry moments, the pictures themselves, could be potentially even displayed at the conference, which could be another neat way to circle around the whole event. So we're really being fairly innovative this year to try to raise money for the district. And again, the goal is to be able to save money. So that's how members can get involved, is really take a look at those different opportunities to get involved. Now, we are about ready to update the conference website. So if folks want to make donations or buy a table or do a shout out, etc., that they can literally do it online, use their credit card, and there's no interface with checks or anything crazy like that. But again, that's how you can get involved.
Outside of Toastmasters that you do for a living, does it have anything to do with fundraising? Like, what made you decide to get into this, or what experience did you have that brought you into fundraising?
So, what I like to tell people is when I joined Toastmasters, I was already a senior leader in my organization, and I didn't do any type of fundraising or raising funds. But really, what it is about Toastmasters that had always appealed to me is that when you are a leader and you're leading a project or leading a team, you are using a different type of influence than in your typical 9 to 5 hierarchical leadership position. When you're in a volunteer organization and you're leading a team and motivating a team, you are doing that through influence, through encouragement, through motivation, without the ability to fire somebody, or you can't give the person a raise if they're even doing a great job. And you're more effective because you're not just using your position to get things done, you're using those other motivational skills.
Okay. Right. Can you describe maybe an instance where you've reached out to someone, a company or organization trying to raise funds and you just got a flat out rejection? Like, how do you handle it? Like, how do you move on past that?
Well, here's what I say, and it's a very good comparison to Toastmasters. So if you go to a diner and you have a great dinner and everything, and then the waiter offers you a coffee, and you say, "No, thank you, I don't need a coffee," or "I don't want a coffee," that waiter doesn't go back into the kitchen and start crying because you said no to him. It's the same thing in Toastmasters. You can do your best to share with potential guests, if you can invite them to become a part of your Toastmaster family. And if they say no, then it's okay. So if I approach a company and they say no, what I like to say is, thank you for at least listening to me and being open to the concept. If this isn't the right time or year for you, if you're okay with it, I'll come back to you next year potentially for another committee chair. And hopefully, maybe this time next year, maybe that's something that you would want to help us out with.
That's a great example. I'm just picturing in my head about the waiter going back to the back crying. Great example, a great attitude that you put towards that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Don, I know we talked about earlier about different ways that the district members can get involved in fundraising. Is there anything you want to shout out to us right now to tell the district, hey, this is what you can do, this is what you're
Sure.
looking for?
Yeah, you mentioned that how members can get involved, but I do want to have a special plea and encouragement to our area directors, our division directors, especially our Division A area directors and our division director. With that Toastmaster conference being right in your home neck of the woods, so to speak, I really would ask for you, especially, to get involved and to support this conference. One of the things that a great conference in your area does, it really enables you to bring potential members, you to bring brand new members. One of the things that I found is if you bring a new member and get them involved in a conference very quickly, it will be dedicated to Toastmasters for life because they see that it's bigger than just speaking in front of a club and getting feedback. It's building leadership, it's building a community, it's supporting aspirations, it's making goals, it's really having a lot of fun with very diverse people. That's why for especially for Division A area directors and our division director, I really would ask if you all who may be listening to this really get involved in the conference, participate in these sponsorship activities, especially the different fundraising events, but really share it with your members. I encourage every division, every area director to also get involved. But I do want to have a special shout out to Division A because I think the opportunities for you, if this is a hugely successful conference, which I know it's going to be, to get involved and to support that, to really participate. Because again, what you get out of a conference is much more than what it costs to attend.
Donna, thank you so much for letting us go into your world of fundraising for the district conference. I appreciate
Sure.
all of your insight and just letting us know how we can help out. And I implore our audience just to really get involved and reach out to you if they have any ideas or they want to join your committee as well to help make sure this is a successful event. Thank you so much, Don.
Thank you. If I may leave you with my email address, it's
Sure.
TM Don Schulze, spelled TMDONSCHULZE at gmail.com. So just email me if you want to have any questions, if you want to get involved. I love to help you and have you involved in this opportunity of a lifetime. It really is a great event. And I want to thank you, Derryck, as well for hosting this and helping us get the word out. Again, that's one of the great things we do in public relations is doing a lot of creative interviewing and advertising. So again, kudos to you and to the whole PRM team as well.
Thank you, Don.